Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us on the Desert Mountain Podcast. My name is Michael Craven, and I'm here today with Kim Atkinson. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Michael.
And we're here to bring you an awesome show today. We have a very special guest. Kim, would you like to introduce this gentleman that's sitting here with us at the table?
I am so excited to introduce Mr. One and Only Paxton O'Connor. Ladies and gentlemen.
Paxton.
In the house.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here again. Have followed along on some previous episodes and see the trend moving upwards, just like what we're doing here at Desert Mountain Club.
We are doing that, and I can only imagine the listeners are going to be so excited to hear all the things that we have to talk about today. Director of Golf Instruction, Paxton O'Connor. How long have you been with us at Desert Mountain Club?
Yeah, absolutely. In full disclosure, we will go over every swing fault in this episode. So you better listen closely, and all the juicy details and the cure-alls will be towards the end. So stick it through.
That's what we need.
You gotta listen and take copious notes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Get the notepad out, get the iPad, and we'll do some video analysis afterwards, right?
Perfect.
But again, my story here at Desert Mountain Club began 5 years ago, where I was introduced to the club through a college friend of mine who had worked here formerly, Patrick O'Hara, excellent teacher, and now has kind of left the industry, but he sold me on the idea of Desert Mountain Club, as well as Rich Prang has brought me in and nurtured me through the process here at the club, which can oftentimes be overwhelming with such the size of the club, right? But once you kind of massage with the membership, they're very welcoming and supportive for everything we do. And throughout the first couple of years, I'd been here seasonally through the summer months, would then travel around on what I describe as the circus. Which is the LPGA and PGA Tour with my former employer, Mr. Butch Harmon, and have been here now full-time for the previous 3 years and have enjoyed every minute.
Paxton, just out of curiosity, how did you get into golf? How did you get into instruction? I mean, you've clearly, made some waves here in the industry, but how did it all start for you?
Well, like many of us, it was fostered through either our parents or grandparents, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it was through my grandparents and my mother. And going out there, obviously the joy of riding in a golf cart was the initial craze, right? And just putting the hands up and thinking you're on a roller coaster through all the mounds in the fairway. Obviously, we didn't drive in the fairway very often. We went through the rough and the trenches and everything else, where their golf balls commonly laid. So got to explore, right? And through that initial passion of riding in golf carts was the general curiosity of how does this game work? And that question leads many down an enormous rabbit hole. And the fascination with golf and the game of golf stems from very unique curiosity in the many facets that surround the game, right? And going through those rabbit holes of what are the mental and emotional skills needed for this game? What are the physical, more movement patterns necessary for generating that club head speed or hitting as far as you possible, while also having the discipline to control it, right? Control it back and be short and have that finesse, and crafting the unique skill sets of how do you hit high, how do you hit low, how do you play in to win. You can have this continuation of ideas of how one learns, and there's also the element of human performance, and some would call it like an optimization, right, of human performance, where you can get into how does just simple hydration affect your golf game throughout a course of a round. And the studies that surround that are fascinating.
Did you just get infatuated with just all the, kind of just how it all works, and that's what drew you in?
I think, just the curiosity with all those facets of learning.
Yeah.
I just love going deep into it. And golf just served as the vehicle that kept moving forward with everything else.
Yep.
And it's fun. It really is fun. And I've continued that all along from my childhood days into competing in the high school level as well as in college, and sought out to get a degree. Obviously was demanded by my mother, and I successfully completed it. You're welcome, Mother.
Where did you play in college, just if the members don't know?
Oh, absolutely. So I attended the UNLV, and right there in Las Vegas. So you can imagine
Is that the Los Lobos?
No, look.
What?
Oh, that's our competitor.
Oh, sorry.
We're the running rebels.
Boo.
Oh,
Do you
so
have
New
a blue
Mexico.
button? Maybe?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
sorry.
man.
Boo.
No, it's good. Yeah, I didn't want to be a lawyer, so did not go to New Mexico, but wanted to be in the hospitality industry, and just the fascination of, again, adventure, as I did as a child in the roughs and tree lines. I want to do that as an adult and explore that. What opportunities lied out there. And again, going back to it, with the initial decision to go UNLV, from a kid, again, I grew up in a town of roughly 1,200 people in northwest Iowa. And you got a couple stoplights, but it's very genuine. It was a great place to be raised and nurtured, and have those conversations, right, of just where do we want to go and dream. And that's led me to seek out the Southwest region, as I have a fascination with the weather coming from Iowa, and also Las Vegas, because you just see all the shining lights like many of us still do, and oftentimes visit, and have a great time. And it fostered a really good network as well, because who doesn't want to go to Las Vegas? Even if you don't gamble, it serves as a great place to visit, to go for entertainment and for the best food in the world. So
I was going to mention, when you bring up the network, I think you might be one of the most well-connected guys around here. I've heard you name drop a bit with some guys on tour, and you know some people, Paxton.
I think it goes back to, though, like when I say, like, stand on the shoulders of giants, and gravitate and identify mentors in your life.
Sure.
And that was something I had done early on, was to identify who are those mentors. And mentors to me are evolving through different periods of your life and experiences, maybe some heartbreak, right? And who are those people that you want to call upon? And I've been just very, very, very fortunate to be able to call upon some incredible professionals, both in the profession of golf, but also in life.
Very cool.
I heard some descriptions that stuck with me out of that. One being your own sort of mad scientist. It's physics. I mean, it's the study of physics, but in a playground, the ultimate playground that you get to explore in that arena. And so it's a unique opportunity, one that you get to share with our members. What would you say could be one of your favorite go-to tips, something that you find yourself repeating? I know you would be customizing for each individual client, each individual member who comes through and has a specific skill set that they want to work on. But is there anything that is that common? It always comes back to this one great tip.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh.
I know.
Big life question there too.
It's a big life question.
And so I can't say move up a tee, although I think that brings some fascination to the game, and I would certainly promote that, is explore different tee boxes, regardless of the effects it may have on your index. I think you'll learn things about your game that you may have never else explored or given the time to explore. And I would say just something that can be implemented amongst our membership, and every golfer really out there, is we have these Visage screens, right? And soon to be Pace.
Yes.
And our new carts arriving here shortly, in that we kind of have a cheat code. We can see a map of the course. And that's a huge advantage in identifying where are the safe zones to hit, and where can we compartmentalize, sort of separate our ego from our skill level. Mm-hmm. And is something of a conversation you have to have sometimes in the mirror. Is I really don't hit my 7-iron 210. I've done it, but I don't do it as often, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these green complexes that Nicholas has done are incredible. However, you have to navigate them in a way where you're not going at the flags. And I laugh at that because we see the destination, and we're like, many of us are hikers here, I think, in Arizona, and we see the destinations up there on the peak. How do we get there?
Yes.
Well, we don't go just straight up mountain, do
Not
we?
as the bird flies usually, no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so having those conversations of saying, okay, how do I get that ball to the middle of the green in the most simplest form possible? And then from there, just being an incredible lag putter. And a quote I would be happy to share is Tiger Woods. It's actually my absolute favorite quote of Tiger Woods here. Is he says, "Look, I play aggressive to spots others would find conservative."
Wow, I like that a lot.
Right? I play aggressive to spots others would find conservative. I find that completely fascinating that here you're talking about number one player in the world and arguably one of the best players to ever play the game, to gain that insight where he's saying, look, I don't go at the flags.
He's not tin cup putting it in the river, putting it in the lake.
We all love that moment, though, right? That moment
Sure.
resonates with so many of us where we have it in our mind that, look, I can make this shot.
Yeah.
I could do it. And look, Phil Mickelson's done it quite a few times as well. And there is this enormous risk reward. But at the end of the day, when you evaluate your performance on the course, you just got to look at yourself and have that honest conversation of, well, was I disciplined? Did I play intelligently?
Yeah.
Or did I play where I said, look, if I hit the best shot of my life here, it's gonna be good. Well, if you're asking yourself or telling yourself that, that's probably not the most strategic move, right?
I've found myself saying that so many times. If I really get a hold of this one, then we're going to be in good shape. But how often does that really happen? Not often.
Wave the white flag.
Yeah.
Wave it all over the place.
Yeah.
In golf, in the boardroom. I mean, it all of these lessons that you lay out, you could make comparisons to any
Absolutely.
scenario, whether you're working hard or hardly working or doing everything that we're doing here on the mountain. So that was a gift and a nugget that you probably weren't expecting when we sat down to plan
I was not,
this.
no.
You were not expecting it, but it's going to be the teaser that we put in the Mountain Minute to make sure people tune in. What is Tiger Woods' favorite quote and how does Paxton view it? I love it. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Lucky are we to have Paxton O'Connor. And
Very much.
you really don't have to go far or read too many Mountain Minutes or flip through any communication that we're sending out to learn that something exciting is happening with Paxton O'Connor, because you're just a magnet for all these good things that keep coming to us. And most recently, if you read or follow us on Instagram or Facebook, some sort of award, some kind of recognition from Golf Digest. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Paxton? Not to put you on the spot, but it's kind of a big deal.
No, I very much appreciate that.
Yeah.
And the support that the membership has shared with me since viewing that countlessly as I'm on the range or conducting some playing lessons. I get a shout out every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, that's incredible, right? Feel like a celebrity to a small degree, right?
You're our
You are.
celebrity.
And so
Absolutely.
it's just sharing that we should stand on the shoulders of giants, and I am where I am because of others, and I am where I'm supposed to be, right? With that said, it's saying this was a collective or collaborative effort amongst many teaching professionals, and it's fun to see how we've sort of egged on or supported each other through this process of development and seeking out to be our very best. And I find that once you are very aligned or clear with that, great recognition by your peers comes as a result.
Mm-hmm.
And so being recently recognized as one of the best teachers in Arizona by Golf Digest is incredible, as it's voted on by your peers, as well as a collective group amongst internally with Golf Digest.
Huge congratulations are in order for sure. And especially in Arizona, because as we all know, Arizona is a hotbed for instruction. A lot of pros live here. There are a lot of big names on that list. So to make that list, it has to feel special.
How cool is that, Michael? Like the energy of, when people think of golf, they think of Southwest region.
Right.
And the weather, quite honestly, it's looking out, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And to have this so many consecutive days, that's the attraction to the Southwest region as well as Desert Mountain Club. And I'm happy to share in that recognition as Richard Franklin, one of our head of junior golf development, received the same recognition for the very first time in the state of Illinois, where he is the head of junior golf development as well at a club in Lake Forest, Illinois, for the summer months. And we're so fortunate to have him as part of our team here for the months of October through May. And I just want to give a little shout out to Richard.
Shout out Richard.
Richard Franklin. It was so fun introducing him to the club last year when, we came in. We did a couple of those Friday Jam videos for him and getting him out and about and sharing his story with our members. Perfect transition and segue, by the way, Paxton, to the Junior Sports Academy. So really the genesis of that program was, let's bring some young families who maybe have options to take a golf lesson down in at a golf club, but maybe introduce them to Desert Mountain through the Junior Sports Academy. So when Richard came about, we introduced the academy, we promoted the academy. How is that going, and what are your wish list items with Richard to help grow that program further?
Great. It's been exciting.
Yeah.
Really, the energy of not only the rise and development of the program, but also with our membership, and that they now have an option to share with their children or grandchildren to find ways to bring them to the mountain to visit, right? Or year-long programming with Richard. What we've done with that program is essentially it's this conversation, and it's a unique conversation around immersive play, self-exploration, right, and development, and having children complete task together is quite the experience, and his energy levels through the roof. There is certainly no mountain high enough for that energy, and you certainly need that though when catering to our rising demographic of 4 to 7 year olds has been tremendous, as well as the female ages 9 to 11 range have been spectacular. And continuing to promote and cater to those segments is really important to us to not only spark and ignite that interest in the golf, but to make it a lifelong journey. And we've done so with, investing in teammates as well to support Richard in those endeavors. And we have a spectacular group with Christina and Corey. Both are in their pursuit to be their very best and to play on tour. And
wow.
I think that's just such a unique background that can help serve many of these junior players that may have that same passion. But please remember that this program, it's more for that pursuit for a lifelong journey, and not to necessarily go on tour or to play college golf. And that's a byproduct of that immersive play that we hope to continue investing in.
And just what you said, I don't think I'd heard that description in terms of how the kids are taught to collaborate with one another. I mean, what setting in your lifetime, in our lifetimes, are you not collaborating with others to do great things? So it becomes this opportunity for them to have an enrichment where, as a parent, sure, we want to keep our kids busy and have a day where they just run around and maybe they're aimless and mindless and come home tired and hungry, and that's a great day. But this is something that's really special, that they will have that opportunity. And so for those who haven't visited the Junior Sports Academy webpage, we do have a public-facing page. So there's a spot where you can sign up to get on the interest list, and then we'll follow up with you. But also on the membership side, we schedule out everything to showcase what are some of those holiday, time frames where kids and grandkids can drop in and spend a full day when they're not in school.
Yeah, absolutely. Our next upcoming winter series or experience, multi-day experience, will be December 20th through the 23rd.
Perfect.
So that's from 1 to 3:30, and sort of that afternoon time frame. That's excellent for the parent or grandparent to grab some lunch and watch their child or grandchild have some fun with others that are like-minded and have that interest. It could be a very beginner. Certainly with over Thanksgiving, we had over 20 children join our program, and from all different skill levels. It was fascinating. And this is ages 5 to 14, which it's fun to see the coaching aspect of it, when a 12-year-old observes a 6-year-old or 7-year-old kind of outperforming them a little bit, right? A little elbow to the rib cage there. And it's really inspiring. And that older junior then develops those communication skills to play along. And then the 7-year-old, they think this is the coolest thing ever, right? I get to compete against someone. And the games nurture this creativity where both the creative mind and sort of the more athletic, you would say, junior that everyone kind of spots at the end of the range, and they're like, oh, that junior hits the ball so well, I'm going to spend more time with them.
Yeah.
Our program caters to all, and the games do the facilitating, the environment. And then you've got Richard Franklin's personality and attitude and positivity with that. Oh, perfect ingredient for a holiday meal.
I was going to say, like, Kim and I have both spent time out on the range when he's working with them, and all of that, what you just said. Number one, no matter what their age, they're working right alongside each other. They're working well together. They're communicating with one another. He'll break them off into groups for certain things. Absolutely. It'll be the older kids over here, the younger kids over here. But I have a lot of respect for the way he interacts with all of the kids. He's got a gift. He really does. He's very, very good. So, pretty cool stuff that's happening here.
Yeah, we're so fortunate, and to have this upcoming session we're excited about. And then transitioning into the spring series, we have these 4-week series where, again, you don't have to commit the whole spring season. However, it gives you enough bite size to really be part of the program and enjoy it.
That's cool. Right. I think you did a really beautiful job kind of piecing out the schedule of opportunities so that you could do a little bit, you can do a lot, and there's availability. So that's something that we always like to make sure we promote, where there is availability to do some interesting and different things, and not to put anything extra on your to-do list, Paxton. But I do hear from members from time to time who want to have a adult junior sports academy day to, like, what are these games that are being set up? The proctology? Like, how much fun would that be? And they see it. They've seen the videos. So someday in the future.
Absolutely. It's been the previous experience that we had multiple parents kind of phone a friend, like, who wants to be a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
And you got phone a friend, and the child would say, Dad, get over here. I need you to hit the shot. And you see the dad is just more energetic than the child.
That's pretty great.
Amped up.
Oh, yeah, you have that roller coaster of emotion. And that's kind of what the game of golf inherits, right?
That's right.
Like, brings to the table. As you see a lot of these developing players as well rising on the PGA Tour, and we ask, how are they having so much success so early on? And it comes down to programs like this, where it's teaching the mental and emotional skills to handle what comes your way and accept what comes your way as well, and fine tune and say, okay, do I need to hit it under this branch or that branch? The concern isn't wrapped up in the picture perfect golf swing for this child. It's again, going back to it, igniting that interest and love for the game, getting them out there. They have the most beautiful real estate where they're at Outlaw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
It's so
And
pretty.
It happens at sunset. So for a junior player to wrap up a maybe exhaustive day of school, and then to see them have that much energy afterwards to compete and to play, to scream at each other. 'Cause you got the competitive spirit, right? And we all do. And we just need someone to kind of kick us a little bit and get it going.
Give us the opportunity for sure. Very good. All right. So want to move into the holiday season and so many different opportunities to give and give back. And you are offering something with your pros that is really exceptional. And it's something we need to move quick on. So everybody needs to sign up for this like ASAP because it doesn't roll around very often. And when this type of an opportunity does, and there's a give back piece to it, you got to take advantage of it. So let's talk a little bit about helping those wonderful kids.
Absolutely. So when our team gets together for meetings weekly here, we have conversations. How can we do better, right? And we also have the conversation of, we feel so fortunate to be able to call ourselves teaching professionals and to be part of our members' lives and helping them grow and develop in their personal golf games. It's a game of golf. And we get to be part of that, which is quite special. And we want to be part of the community as well and to give back. So what we are announcing here is on Friday, December 10th, our teaching professionals, myself, Jennifer Tucker, DK Kim, will be giving of their time from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in 30-minute increments, providing instruction to whoever wants to come in or sign up. And they can do so by calling the main line of the Jim Flick Golf Performance Center or emailing your teaching professional that you currently take instruction with directly. And so for part of this is saying, okay, you get 30 minutes of instruction with hopefully your favorite instructor, right?
Of course, of course.
And all that's necessary is this simple cash or check donation. And all proceeds for that day of teaching will go to the Arizona Helping Hands. What is the Arizona Helping Hands?
What is the Arizona Helping Hands, Paxton?
Oh, it's super. So it's this organization it's quite unique and close to many of us here, is this ability to give essential items to foster children in the Valley. And, we're coming up along this holiday time, and there's a lot of transitions during this time as well. So they have a back-to-school program. They have this unique concept with foot lockers, right? And with children, they like to have their space or like to know where their items are that are dearest and closest to them. And so they have this program where you can donate a foot locker, and that's kind of a safe place for when these children go to these homes to keep their items. And that's maybe small, but quite impactful for that child.
What that represents for a foster child who probably is moving quite often.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's something we've done a few years ago, and we're just excited to be part of it and to bring it back and to provide that full day of instruction. And we can give our services in exchange for a little gift to Arizona Helping Hands.
Fantastic.
I love it. No, that's so cool. And so like when the members come in, they just like it's a normal day, right? For them, they're getting instruction, but then we're talking about the money's going right to that 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll be tracking it and provide a total at the end, at the conclusion, which again, it comes down to a day of giving, holiday raise for charity here. And we just love teaching so much.
Yep.
And when we can have a high volume of people visit the Jim Flick Golf Performance Center and give back is special to us again.
Fantastic. So you want to call the Jim Flick Center, book a lesson, sign up, email, use your mobile app. Any and all ways to do this are welcome. So the key is it's Friday, which is tomorrow. So we want to move forward and fill up all those slots, keep Paxton, Jennifer, and DK busy so we can send a nice donation to those foster kids who need us at this time. And these are kids all over our state of Arizona, which is really great. So thanks for doing that, Paxton.
Thank you for sharing and supporting. And again, we're really excited about this opportunity.
Good deal. We're going to finish off with a couple of updates. You sent me some photos yesterday, and the Performance Center looks really different right now.
Spectacular.
What's going on inside? What's happening? And what's with the sawdust on the shoulder?
I know.
I'm take a little bit. What happened
so
there?
Sorry. We wear the logo proudly, and we work together as a team here. And so if that involves moving some wood panels around and cabinets around, so be it, right?
Absolutely.
We're creating some special events, right? And we're trying to identify how can we build unique experiences at the Performance Center amidst some of the greater renovation projects that are taking place at Renegade. And to do that, we're seeking out this TrackMan Simulator Suite. I know it sounds so fancy and like intimate, right?
Fancy.
It's a place where you can scream and yell at a projector instead of actually on the course in less the time, which is great.
Win-win.
And so we want to create some more unique opportunities there. And to do that, we've shifted a few things. So we've got TrackMan simulators being installed in every bay.
Awesome.
As well as the club fitting bay. So our master club fitter, Chris Easley, can continue, along with the manufacturers, continue having everyone gain significant yardage on their new driver, right? And again, the simulator experience, though, it is accurate. That's sometimes the concern people have is they don't want to head into a simulator. And I find that quite fascinating as a teaching professional, because I think it caters to the immersive experience of being able to hit different shots. And we've got companies and partners like TrackMan and Titleist who actually developed the ball. It's in prototype here, but we've got a few of them lying around and developed this ball, though, for greater accuracy with spin rates and spin access and distance. And so
the ball can do the work. I'm all in.
Oh, I know, right? and there's fun games, and you can play Pebble Beach or courses, your favorite course in the country or world. And there's also online, like virtual tournaments that can be conducted. And there's these games I often play at the end of many of my sessions with students is Bullseye. Or it's kind of like Battleship, if you remember playing Battleship and you're trying to sink the other person's battleship. And similar game where I'm trying to hit a shot as close to the pin as possible. And then the opponent, the other player, is trying to hit it closer than me. And then it turns a color, your favorite color, and your name pops up and it kind of chirps at you a little bit in a fun banter kind of way. And building more of those. Also, another side renovation that we're conducting here is the retail experience. We really want it to be excellent as we grow our core categories. And we want to ensure that our categories are, have interest to the member, right? And from a hard goods setting where you buy your golf clubs, we want to ensure that you have a properly fitted golf bag and a golf bag that functions for you, whether you ride on the cart or you walk miles and miles. We've got such an active membership here that walk hundreds of holes.
They do.
It's so impressive.
It's amazing.
I'm like inspired by it. And then I'm like, okay, I got to get some new shoes. You got to look good too. But kind of just finding ways to be more efficient and showcase some of our core products, such as golf bags. And by the way, we just received, which is rare here, a shipment of Sun Mountain 2.5 and 3.5 golf bags, which are among the most popular golf bag here at Desert Mountain Club.
When will they arrive, Paxton?
They are there now.
For Christmas?
Absolutely. And you don't have to wait until 2022 to receive them.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So we have all the reasons to stop by the Performance Center.
Please do.
Okay. Absolutely exciting stuff. And what's the timing for all of that great work?
Yeah, so much of that work is taking place currently.
Okay.
And we would find that the simulators, the final install would be around that mid-January, first to mid-January timeframe.
I mean, right around the corner. It's here.
It'll be excellent, too, the the weather's been fantastic, but for those couple days throughout the winter season, you just come in where it's nice and toasty. I'll work on the hot chocolate marshmallows.
Can we get, thank you. I was going to ask about that.
So it, again,
How
we couldn't
fun.
be more excited about the opportunity, our teaching professionals, and to cater to the membership and challenge ourselves to have these unique experiences throughout the both winter season and even moving forward.
So exciting. Thank you for advocating for that and making that happen with our facilities team. I know they've been hard at work with you to make this happen. So, and mid-January is tomorrow. I mean, it's right around the corner. It's here. So, but get in there before then, because we need to get those bags in to serve as stockings, right? Who needs stockings when you could hang some golf bags by the chimney with care?
There you go. With care.
With care. And then, you know, all of this wonderful give back happening tomorrow, Friday. So pretty great stuff. Some fresh new talent rolling in to the mountain. Tell me about this person.
Oh, cannot wait to announce our new golf teaching professional.
Drum roll. Don't hit the wrong button, Michael.
Oh, God.
Which color is it?
Oh, shoot. You better just go. Oh, here, I'm going to add it in. Okay. There it is.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Really excited to announce our new arrival with Wesley Gleason, golf professional here locally.
Fantastic.
So we couldn't be more, again, excited about the opportunity and his personality and what he brings to the level of understanding, the client's level of understanding of the golf game. He brings it with excitement and fun is the core competency there, as well as quite knowledgeable too on the back end of what are the underlying physics and geometry and what makes the ball go where it goes.
That's so fun.
But he
so
couldn't be a nicer guy.
He's joining us from...
Yeah, so Wesley's joining us from Terra Vita. So
right
down the road.
Love
it was incredible to have this search country,
All
nationwide.
Over right.
So nationwide, and understanding that, we have such a spectacular team down there, and it's understanding culturally what fits with Desert Mountain Club and our members, most importantly. And Wesley checks all the boxes, and he will begin on December 28th after the holiday season.
Perfect. So
Cool.
We'll line him up to start the new year off right with some new instruction. I have one more question. Do we have time for one more question?
I think we have time for one more question, Kim.
Do you have clients or members who want to kind of dabble? Like maybe they go to Jennifer for, some specific skill set, or they want the TPI experience, so they, will get some additional background. I mean, you could really customize the best in class experience from instruction by, multiple instructors.
Absolutely, and that's why I find so unique about Desert Mountain Club and our teaching professionals here. And our members, again, going back to the support and care that they have for us, is typically it's based on availability. And members sort of seek out who's ever available, because we believe in the quality and have confidence in the level of instruction they're receiving is consistent throughout our team. And so going with that is saying, okay, the availability of our teaching professionals, where each and every teaching professional has a high proficiency in putting, short game, hitting the ball far, right? That's kind of the cool thing with Bryson DeChambeau. Michael, can you believe what Bryson DeChambeau is doing now?
When you were talking about kind of the physics that went through your mind, and when you were learning the game of golf and falling in love with it, Bryson came into my mind, because I know he is probably the most mathematical player on tour, the most strategic and cerebral player on the course. What he's done is unbelievable.
Yeah, and something to take away from that is leaving no stone unturned. We're always growing and always developing, and the thing about Bryson is he's surely leaving no stone unturned in the pursuit to be the very best in his field.
Are you telling our members that they need to be able to bench 400 pounds?
Oh my gosh, how
The
cool would that be, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I have seen a few of those members at the Sonoran in bench pressing. And talk about inspirational. I need to get down there and work with a trainer myself.
I have actually talked to a couple members who have said he is actually kind of an inspiration. He just showed that if you put the time in the gym, you maybe can get a few extra yards off the tee.
But yeah, again, going back, it's every teaching professional can cater to all levels of skill, and that's what we could pride ourselves. That's a challenge, really, to have that in your arsenal as a teaching professional, is to have that openness and understanding for all facets of the game and what makes that experience.
And it sounds like, to balance all of that out, Wesley is going to bring an element of fun, which we often say, if we're not having fun at Desert Mountain, we're doing something wrong. Right. Like, this is such a fun place to be, and we create that energy, and kudos to you and your team for recruiting and finding somebody to add to the fun that we're already having here on the mountain. We're excited to have him.
Wesley oozes optimism. That was the first statement I made to our director of golf, John Lieberger. I was like, John, oozing of optimism.
I love that.
This game is so challenging at times. So it's nice to have someone there and kind of cheerlead and support you as you navigate your way through the ruggedness of learning the game of golf and in playing. But you can take on the happy hours after. That's all on you.
That's right. That's right. That's where we pass the baton at that point.
Absolutely.
And there's plenty of those to take advantage of as well. No shortage of opportunity there. So, well, Paxton, Michael, I could sit here and talk to you all day. I honestly would like to talk to you all day long. This has been so much fun.
It's been a journey into the brain of Paxton. I love it.
Goodness gracious.
Beneath all the hair, there's something there, right?
And that hair. Let's talk about the hair. No, you are such a gift to us, and we're so grateful to have you here. Thank you for spending time with us today and bringing some really great content for everybody to listen to on the podcast. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Paxton. We appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a treat to have Paxton spend some time with us today.
He's got a lot of, he had a lot to say, and we really got to get inside his head today. It was kind of cool.
We did.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And golf was such a cerebral game anyway, so you would expect a golf teacher to have a lot going on up there.
A lot going on. More than most.
More than
right?
most,
That's
exactly.
so great. Well, good. Well, he had to run to a lesson, but it is time to get into some trivia. And he gave us a really cool question for us to work with. But before we do that, we did want to recognize, we had a really nice podcast last week with Wes Pudwell, of our head of our talent and culture department. And he gave us a wonderful question to ask our members, which was how many of our current teammates who have been here for 10 years or longer.
Which is like, the answer is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. So
in a good way.
In a great way. And what's even better is that Gina Music, Mrs. Music, kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
She came back with the answer. So her guess, the answer is 130. Her guess was 132. She wins the retail gift card and will be the recipient. Yes, we found the yellow button.
I finally did it. Only took all day.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for playing. And so great work there. And we now can get into the trivia question for
today,
which is all performance center related.
Correct. So as you know, we do club fitting, grips, everything over there. It's more than just buying new golf clubs. When you walk out of the performance center, that club is tailored for you perfectly.
That's right. And we don't need to have those clubs where the grip kind of starts, you take the grip with you on your golf club.
When that starts happening, it might be time to head on over to the performance center and get some new grips. And from the sound of it, a lot of members have been doing that.
That's right.
Because we have a number that he left us with, Paxton did, for the amount of grips that have been put on clubs this year.
So this is another 2021 question.
Yep.
How many grips have been placed on clubs?
It's a lot.
It's a big number.
It's a huge number.
Yep. So let's have that one out there.
Yep.
Closest wins the gift card.
marketing@desertmt.com.
Perfect. Go ahead and
And-
email us that answer.
We would love to have your guess.
Love it.
All right, let's close it out with our shouts heard round the mountain, Kim.
Ooh, love it.
3 holes in one this week.
Oh my
Very, very cool. Bob Harrington, Friday, November 26th, hole in one at Outlaw on hole number 4.
Way to go.
Way to go, way to go.
Love it.
Corey Draper, Thursday, December 2nd, hole in one on the 5th hole at 7. So congratulations,
So
Mr.
much
Draper.
fun. Did he got to get on the wall. Got to get his name up on the wall.
Why we got to get those walls everywhere.
Yeah.
I would love to see my name up on that big plaque on that big
I'll
wall.
share your idea with Mr. Diorio.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. And then finally, we had Julie Appert on Sunday, December 5th, hole in one on hole number 5, Chiricahua.
Chiricahua.
So keep those coming in. Thank you for submitting those. Still lots of great golf being played right now.
Lots of great golf playing. And
Maybe I wonder if any of those players with the holes in one have paid a visit over to Paxton or anybody at the Performance Center.
I'm guessing there's some frequent flyers there.
Sure. I would be.
Based on that performance. So way to go. Well, thank you, Michael, for another fantastic podcast. Thank you, members, for sticking with us, and tell a friend. We love to get some feedback and help guide our content. So if you have ideas for us and areas that we should be covering, something you want to learn a little bit more about, where you have a few extra minutes on the treadmill or your walk, we'd love to hear from you.
We're going for number 10 next week. That'll be our 10th podcast. So maybe I'll bring a cake or something.
Oh, that would be nice.
Okay, good.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you, everybody. See you next week.
See you next week.